What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Spanko, and today I'm doing a different kind of video. What I'm doing is I'm actually going through the new EDOpro Project Ignis that is actually just come out recently, I think within the last couple weeks for us Yu-Gi-Oh players, and I think this is actually one of the best things to come out, especially at this time where we're kind of quarantined and we can't really go to locals and whatnot. So this is actually one of the coolest things that has come out, and it's actually helped me essentially get back into the game, if that makes sense, just because for so long, when you're out of locals and you're not interacting with your local players and whatnot, it's a little bit harder to force yourself or like make yourself want to play the game. But this is an insanely new, like, good software that I think is actually going to change up how quarantine and Yu-Gi-Oh go hand in hand. Now, as always, I'm going to ask you guys to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you like these kinds of videos. Also, if you guys have any questions on deck building, or want any advice, or need any help, or just want to join a Yu-Gi-Oh community on its own, check out my Discord. Link is in the description below. So without further ado, we'll get into the new EDOpro, and pretty much I'm just going to be doing a quick review of this. I haven't even used it too much myself. I just picked it up, I just downloaded it, and I'm going to be showing you guys a cool trick at the end of this video, so stick along for that. If you guys already know it, then you guys already know it, but for those of you, I know I learned it pretty recently, so for those of you that don't know how to do it, I'll be showing you guys how to do this cool little neat trick at the end of the video. So first things first, you open up EDOpro, and this is what you see. This is the first screen, and I think it looks dope. So first thing I noticed was there's a settings button here, so I'm going to be comparing it a little bit to YGO Pro. And so the first thing that I liked is the settings button, because we didn't have this sort of thing on the YGO Pro right away that was really easily accessible. So one thing I want to mention before I continue is I hate Dueling Book, and that's why I really like this EDOpro as an alternative. Now, I know YGO Pro was kind of like the older version of this, but this EDOpro is a little bit better than YGO Pro in some senses. And the reason I like this over Dueling Book in a lot of ways is because Dueling Book is really heavily reliant on your opponent, like, corresponding and working together, whereas like here, if a ruling is a ruling, it's gonna go off. Whereas something like Dueling Book, it's like, oh, if your opponent responds too late, or your opponent doesn't say it's okay for the effect to go off, and then there becomes this whole issue and it goes back and forth. With this, it's like, hey, it's gonna ask you, do you want to respond? Yes, no, boom, boom, boom. And I think I like the fact that they added this new updated version for Master Rule 5, Master Rule 4 revision, whatever it is. I really like how they had a whole new software to go into the future of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And rather than sticking with the old Percy, now we're working with the new EDOpro Project Ignis. So like I was saying, first things first, right here, the settings bar, I really like the settings. Fit background, accurate background resize. You can adjust anything according to your likes, your needs, whatever. So I really like these right here. Even these skins for this little like settings tab, so like if I want to make it gray, I don't personally like the gray, you can make it dark red, whatever you guys like. I thought that was really cool. The purple was the original one, I just like the original stuff, so I'm gonna keep it at purple. But whatever you guys want to change it to, like it's right there, you apply and reload it, and boom, it's applied. So right away, like the old YGO Pro, you have your servers, you have your land plus AI. This is something I really liked, is the puzzles. It's just something that I got into, I don't know why, but I started doing these random puzzles. It was super fun, so I actually enjoy these puzzles randomly. Your replays, as always, if you guys have a replay that you want to save, you want to look back into, your replays are going to start right here. And your deck. So one thing I noticed right away when you get into decks is it has the starter decks. It has all the starter decks right here, and the structure decks has ever come out. That's really cool. Obviously, you guys are probably going to delete them, but I should mention, if you guys want to do your own version of like online sealed only, you could do these like structure deck thingies. Like, hey, I'm going to use 3 structure decks of this, and then whatever I'm going to add into. I don't know. You guys could be creative with that sense, but that is a really cool option. My favorite thing about this, though, absolutely favorite thing, is that they have test hands. If I press test hands, it gives you the opportunity to play out these hands of these decks that you have going on that YGO Pro didn't have. So you know how on Dueling Book you can go into your own solo room and do your test hands? Well, now you can do it on EDOpro right here, and it becomes super easy. You can test your hands, you can normal summon, you can set whatever it is perfectly how it is. You can put it where you want to put it. The scales show right here, field, spell zone, your graveyard right here. It's actually really cool. So I really like this test hand edition that YGO Pro didn't used to have. Of course, you can save your replay right here. So if you guys ever want to test your hands and then show your friends, post it on YouTube, whatever you guys want to do, you can obviously save it right there. Super cool. And again, like I said, the structure decks, like for example, like let's say we go into the Layer of Darkness structure deck. It's going to load you all the Layer of Darkness cards right here. So as you guys can see, the rest of it is pretty simple in the sense where it's like if you need to search for a monster, if you need to search for a pendulum card specifically, all of that is the same that it used to do. And then once you're done with that, you can just press clear. It'll clear everything and you can restart. Super easy to search. I think one of my favorite things is they kept all the old functions that worked really well, but added their own to make it just that much better, if that makes sense. One thing that I really liked that I noticed was this alternate formats thing. Now, if you guys can see, if you press search right here, there's around 10,000 cards that you guys have access to. When you press alternate formats, you actually gain another 5,000-ish cards that are added in, and I'm assuming it's like the anime cards. So if you guys want to play different formats, anime formats, whatever, you guys can definitely do that with the alternate format thing. It's really cool right there. I actually really like that. Okay, so that's all cool and dandy. I really like this new EDOpro. I think that's what I'm going to be using from here on out for deck profiles, for test hands, to do combo videos. I might be doing that for you guys on the EDOpro for now, just until we can get back into our regular day-to-day routine and we can go to locals and I can get cards and whatnot. But I'm going to show you guys something really cool right now. So first things first is what you're going to do is I'm going to drag in right here this little applications bar. So right here, applications, you can open up Project Ignis. Now, you see this background right here? A lot of people ask, and a lot of people have asked, like, how do you change this, right? Because like a lot of people don't like the generic standard one. So this is the standard one right here. But if you guys want to change it, I can actually show you how. So if you open up your Project Ignis in your applications menu, for me, I have a Mac, so it might look different for PC users, but you open up Project Ignis and you're gonna go to textures. Now right here, you see cover, cover 2, you see BG menu, and then your background, right? So this is background menu, background overall, then your cover and your cover 2. So let's say you want to change your sleeves or your extra deck sleeves. What you can do super easily is find another image, make sure it's a PNG, change the name to cover, get rid of this, and then add another cover. So what I'm going to show you is, I'm not going to show you the cover because I do usually like these covers, but I'm going to actually show you how to change my background. So as you guys can see, I just changed the background to this image of Slifer the Sky Dragon that I really wanted to put as the background. So now that the textures are changed here, so BG_deck, BG_menu, and BG.png, you can exit this. And what you can do now is reopen your EDOpro. So I'm going to exit this real quick. So what I'm going to do now is reopen the EDOpro right here. And as you guys can see, boom, Slifer the Sky Dragon. If I go to decks, it's in the background. Menu, here it is. That's my new background. If you guys enjoyed this video and that little tutorial on how to change your background on EDOpro, let me know by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and with that, Spanko signing out. Peace.
My hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this, cross my shit.